Hello, everyone. My name is Julianna Panton, and I'm a rising junior at the University of Florida, majoring in psychology and African American studies. Today, I will be discussing my ongoing research to the Caribbean and its relationship to the concept of home and identity. Reverse migration or repatriating is the act of returning to your country of origin. It needs to be investigated further because it would complicate the migration discussion so we can learn about why individuals move between countries. For centuries, and even more in the past few decades, immigration has been a topic of heated and polarizing political debate across the world. In places such as the United States, United Kingdom, the Dominican Republic, the Bahamas, and throughout Europe, immigration laws and increasing enforcement demonstrates a tightening of border control that limits who enters their country. More broadly, one's reason for migrating could range from environmental and economic crises to war and famine. Understanding the motives for migrating and reverse migrating can teach us about the conditions that shape everyday lives, including where we feel we can live and whether we feel at home or not. The purpose of this study is to investigate the relationship between reverse migration and national or cultural identity. Possible factors for reverse migration that we will be investigating is cultural identity, the concept of home, and experiences of racism to see how they may play a role in the decision to reverse migrate. I will be specifically examining repatriation to the Caribbean and the experiences of Black immigrants. I asked the questions, why do some people of African descent repatriate or voluntarily return to their country of origin, and what informs this decision? What can the experiences or decision to reverse migrate teach us about identity, Black immigrants, and how people connect and or disconnect with different national and cultural contexts? After conducting a literature review, 4 important themes I found are the concept of home, identity, racism-related stress, and transnational Blackness. Analyzing the concept of home is important because we will need insight as to what home means to individuals. Dr. Aisha Durham describes home as something static that you can carry within yourself, meaning it doesn't have to be tied to one particular location. There are numerous forms of identity that could be explored. However, I decided to focus on Stuart Hall's notion of cultural identity, which can refer to a form of unification or the idea that identity is a transformation or journey because it doesn't already exist. According to Case and Hunter, the longer Black Caribbean immigrants reside in the US, their cultural racism-related stress may increase. Experiences with racism or anti-Blackness may drive someone to return to their country of origin. However, it is important to note that not every experience is the same. Conceptualization of transnational Blackness suggests that Blackness operates differently in various environments and situations because in some cases, for people living in Black nations, one becomes racialized once they enter a racialized space or nation state. Therefore, Blackness is treated differently in regard to your location, and that may impact reverse migration. I conducted a literature review to gain insight into the concepts that will be researched. This study will also consist of in-depth interviews with individuals recruited using snowball sampling, which means the initial participants will be known to the researcher or referred through personal and professional connections. These participants will then be asked to refer and recommend others. It is anticipated that a total of 8 to 15 participants will be interviewed. This study will target participants between the ages of 25 to 65 living in the Caribbean, specifically Haiti, the Dominican Republic, Jamaica, and the Virgin Islands. I'm currently waiting to hear back from the IRB so that I may begin the interviewing process. After the interviews are conducted, I will analyze them and identify any trends and themes in the data. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to my mentor, Dr. Manushka Celeste, for embarking on this journey with me. Dr. Samisha Barnes, UF's McNair Director, who has taught me so much, my entire McNair family for listening to me and learning with me. Last but not least, my mother for repatriating to Nevis and leading me to ask that first why question. Here are the references for this presentation. Thank you all for your time.